And we are here for a Testimony Tuesday. And we're coming to you with these testimonies because we want to bring stories of hope and encouragement, and we know the Lord will use it for someone's benefit who needs to hear each and every story that we share. And so today we're going to hear from Pam. And we used to do Testimony Tuesday with Jim Mann, our host of the I Am Healing Strong podcast, but that is on break right now. Season 2 just finished. So now we're going to highlight members within our own Healing Strong community. And so Pam has a story that actually I think can relate to a lot of people. And it is slightly different that I've heard so far. And so I'm excited for her to share with you what that is and how Healing Strong was able to be a part of that journey for her, and when that came into play. So go ahead, Pam, start telling us just about your story, and then just kind of how Healing Strong became a part of it and what part it played.
Oh, thank you so much, Maya. I call myself a breast health warrior. I was diagnosed in April of 2023. I had the routine mammograms and all that kind of stuff, and it never showed up. One of my things that I have learned over the years is to become your own health advocate. I'm going to go ahead and read some of my story that I wrote down 9 years ago. I've been cancer-free for 9 years, doing the Gerson, yay, amen, doing the Gerson therapy. And with the help of the Truth About Cancer and Healing Strong, I'm staying strong and healthier than I probably was 9 years ago. So let me just hit some of the highlights from this. In a routine mammogram in 2012, I had let's see, I'm going to start over. Let me see. In January of 13, my skin was getting hives, and I was continually tired. I have degenerative discs, and I had lower back problems with many years of arthritis, and it was getting worse in my hands and my knees. I developed trigger fingers in my right hand, and everything was going wrong, and I was hurting all in the mornings. I just felt terrible. But it wasn't until May of 2013 that my cancer was diagnosed. And I'd gone to my doctor and go and have the mammograms and everything, but nothing would show up. The inflammation was getting worse, and I was getting, like I said, I get hives. And I noticed that I had a little lump on my left breast. And I mentioned that several times to my doctor. So I'd gone in, and she just talked to me, just, okay. And then I said, she walked out of the room, and I told the nurse, get her back in here, have her feel this lump. And the doctor finally examined me, and she said, have you ever had an ultrasound? And I said, no. So long story short, we went through the ultrasound, and the ultrasound finally picked up something. And it wasn't until the end of May that I got a diagnosis of cancer with a cold, short call from the doctor saying, I'm sorry, you have cancer. You might have to have a mammogram or a lumpectomy, and thank you and goodbye. Mm-hmm. And that's the start of my journey. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I started researching, and I was panicking. Okay, I'm not supposed to get cancer. I'm this healthy lady. But being a professional floor designer over the years, how many years have I had chemicals, things in my hands, different things from different countries? I did a lot of artificial product over the years. And so I probably absorbed all these different chemicals into my system and not realizing it. And it wasn't until doing all my research and figuring everything out, and the hair pulling opportunity, or what insurance am I going to use, and different things like that, that a nurse friend said, get a second opinion and look into the Gerson therapy before you get sucked into the system. So I did the Gerson therapy religiously for at least, almost a year and a half. That was my chemo. I did see oncologists, several of them, and I got different responses from different ones. So I had finally went for a second opinion, the doctor in Orange County, who actually I asked him about the Gerson therapy, and his little bit that he could say was, yes, I know women that have used that. And
Mm.
that little bit of advice to me gave me the courage to say no to 4 rounds of chemotherapy to the other doctors. And through God's amazing grace, I was able to get certain types of therapy called the mamma print that said I did not have an aggressive cancer. And this was, like I said, in 2013. So I had the Healing Strong had just been starting that time, but I was not familiar with it. So I had to go through everything on my own. And it was amazing um, journey. I ended up doing a mammogram, a mamma print, I mean, a mastectomy on one side because the other side was clear. And the surgeon, after talking with the surgeon, that, there's no need to do both sides. So then I had gone through that. And then I was also during the Gerson therapy, like I said, religiously. That was my chemotherapy. I changed everything in me, on me, and around me, realizing how toxic I was. Um, through this healing journey, I was not sick one day. Um, the first 2 years, my allergies even went away. I reduced the pressure on my CPAP. I didn't experience arthritis pain, and I didn't have trigger fingers were gone. The pain was gone, no constipation, no hemorrhoids. People were telling me that I looked like I had glowing. I was probably orange from all the carrot juice I was going. I'd gone to a I know I was orange, I should say, but I
Yeah.
had that glow of the Gerson therapy. And I changed my diet. Thank the Lord, I had finances with my husband. I got my juicer. I changed, like I said, everything around me. I looked at what was all the products in my house and, changed, got different. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't do anything. I went to one hair product. So trying to detox the body from the years of toxicity was one of my biggest things. I even reduced my antidepressants that I had been on. Went to see, um, functional medicine doctors, not the allopathic doctors. And I do take a lot of supplementation now. And I try to drink clean water, and everything around me, like I said, changed everything in me, on me, and around me, and emotionally. That was one of the things that I went to a small group that was in Redlands. And it was, and that's how I got involved with Healing Strong in the long run. So it was almost 2 years after my diagnosis, and I was cancer free, but I was feeling stuck in my cancer journey. Okay, you got this C on your forehead. I had cancer. I had cancer. All right, how do I get back to normal?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get back to normal. So attending a small group through the umbrella group of the Red Shoe Project, and it was called the Forget Me Not through Theron McCoy and Dawn McCoy, which now are our Healing Strong leaders in Redlands and our team. We are celebrating 6 years as a group. Um, the most heartwarming aspect of this Healing Strong journey is watching how we've impacted others to heal and the others in our area to grow. Um, one of the huge impacts was the Rancho group. We had Dawn Watson come to our group because it was through, oh, I forgot his name already, but
Junior.
Junior's mother was coming to our group. And then
Mhm.
it passed away, and they really felt that they had that ministry. So, and then watching Dawn, actually, I went through my journey, and that's how I was able to be a group leader.
Mhm.
And then Dawn McCoy, several years later, got thyroid cancer. And so she was like, oh, she was freaking out and going, Dawn, we have all these resources. You're not going to die. Look. So now she's taken over the group and is taking leadership. And because I'm not a great computer geek, and I'm just so grateful Healing Strong that's the one positive thing I think from COVID is we've all gotten online. We were able to reach thousands and thousands of more people. And she, with her ministry now, is doing Dong McJoy, and it's amazing to watch the transformation in her body that she has gone through, and we have been mentors to her. Now our group is an intimate small group. We haven't gotten big, but I think that's the unique part about us is we're one-on-one with people a little bit more.
Mhm.
So being your own advocate, being there for others, and doing our healing strong. It reminds me, even though, like I said, it's been 9 years. I still have an oncologist follow me, and he follows my rules. I don't follow his rules by being my own advocate and learning that I do have to watch it. It's not an easy road,
Mhm.
but it's a healing road, and I think the Healing Strong shows all of the different aspects. It's not just what we do to our bodies, it's what we do to our minds, it's what we do with our tongue, it's what we put in our bodies, it's what we put on our bodies. So keeping all of those things in a focus so that you can do a balance. So for me, I was scared. I just did one thing and not realized how my mind can affect my body. And oh, that was aha moment for me too. And
Mhm.
letting my family enjoy, I have to laugh this year. I did so much. I had so much energy. As a floral designer, I did 27 Christmas trees this year. I did
Mhm.
my whole house, and I was getting ready. It's like I was looking back at my story and going, I couldn't even walk up a ladder. And I did
Mhm.
12 and 15 Christmas trees this year. And I did probably more than what I should have, but I wanted to express myself, and that brought me joy. And that's one of the things that I think Healing Strong gives you the confidence to walk a journey that is not easy. It wasn't around for me, and I felt stuck.
Yeah.
And so when we started the Healing Trust, oh, there's more people out there that choose to do a natural, that don't do the allopathic, that are healed in God's grace. That's one of the things that's exciting to me. And I don't feel like, oh my God, you get those, oh, you're doing what? Are you, you're not doing
That
this. Mhm.
tilts.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, and then so my testimony is that I'm living 9 years later without chemotherapy, without radiation, without hurting my heart, where they would have radiated. Yeah, I have little issues with because they took the lymph nodes out, and I did 4 reconstruction surgeries with my own fat, doing a DIEP, which is your own stomach fat. You'll research that if you want to. So I said, I don't want to have implants because that's going to be something in me later on. But hell, was it hard going through all those? Mhm, mhm.
Mhm.
Had to have a support team too. So, Healing Strong is there for you now, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to help you walk your individual journey. It may be totally different than what I'm doing and what Maya did and what Dawn and Dawn Watson have done. But it's through God's grace that we can walk this journey and be our own warriors. Because, see, I'm not a survivor because I wasn't thrown to the allopathic. I took charge of what I wanted to do with my life, and I wasn't going to be. I'm gonna try. I wasn't going to be like my husband's mom, who died at 51 of brain cancer. I
Mhm.
was 51 when I was diagnosed, and I'm 16 now. And so I want to just be that encouragement for you that you can do the journey. It's not easy, it's not fun, but it's doable, and you have support. And so
Yeah.
that's what I love to hear. And I said, if I'm diagnosed again, it'll be later in life. They'll have more therapies, and I have all the resources that I need right now to do it. It's just doing it sometimes that I fail. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to have that little snacker here or there. Well, you know
Okay,
what?
well, the spirit's
Mind-
willing, but the flesh is weak, right?
You know
Which
what?
is why community is so nice because it gives you that little extra push and
That's
reminder that
yeah.
it's worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel so much better when I'm clean. So,
Yeah. And honestly, I do want to put this out there too, that it doesn't matter what route you're taking, because truly at Healing Strong, we believe that the Lord is all of our ultimate healer, and He is
correct.
going to guide you in what you should do, because we all have our own unique relationship. Now, we believe He's given us things that we can use that empower our bodies and get it back to a thriving state. But we welcome everybody, no matter what you're doing, because
Yeah.
cancer can be very lonely. Now, I've never had it myself, but I'm living for prevention as a result of seeing my mom diagnosed and the Lord using that to kind of wake me up. Like, you're not taking care of yourself. so
Sure.
and so it's been a beautiful thing for me to be a part of, as somebody who's just looking to create a more natural, non-toxic lifestyle. So even those individuals, if you're watching this and you're like, well, I don't have cancer, that's okay. There is something for you to, I mean, within the body of Christ, right? Fellowship is a powerful thing, but there's tools and resources that we provide too that are for anybody and everybody. And then if there's something that causes you to pause, pray about it and let the Lord lead you into it. So
If I
it is
if
a
I had met you,
community
yeah, yeah.
of faith and love, and at the same time, you get to learn things. so so it's a really awesome place to be, no matter where you are in life or what you know or don't know. So I mean, we have like nurses and people who are trained specialists that
Yeah.
are
I was an
also.
ICU nurse, yeah, so
So yeah, it's awesome. So thank you, Pam, for sharing your story. That's amazing. And she is in California, my old stopping grounds. It's so funny how the Lord just like it just makes connections. So she lives not too far from my high school. So wait for me when you go by. And I just appreciate you taking the time to share your story, because I truly believe that it's going to help somebody who may be feeling really lonely right now and feel like they're stuck and they might be doing all the things. But like you mentioned, it really is a holistic picture. And that is what Healing Strong focuses on. We don't just talk to you about detoxing or juicing. It is about the hope found in the Lord and all the other things. And so there's a lot of discussion that goes on about what you can do during this time. So don't find yourself in a place of loneliness, because there are people ready to wrap our arms around you. And so if you are looking for a group, we have online and in person. Pam, your group is in person, correct?
correct.
Okay. There are some that are online. So honestly, you can join any amount of online groups that you want. There's no limit.
That's
And
what's
then
exciting.
in person just depends on if you have a group local to you. But if you go to healingstrong.org /group groups, we'll just do that, groups, you'll be able to search, and you can search by local or online and search by location. So if there's not a group near you, we also have training tools to get you started as a group leader and just start your own group, because chances are there's a need. And so cancer touches way more people than we realize. And so if you're interested in finding one, you can go to our website there, and it's /groups after healingstrong.org, and become a leader yourself, like Pam did after her healing journey. It's kind of a way of giving back, if you will, if that's what you feel led to do, or just starting one because you don't have one near you. So thank you, Pam, so much for joining me this Tuesday after Christmas. I love seeing your tree in the background. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So that was fun. That's a fun background here. Mine's a little boring, but hope you guys enjoyed this Testimony Tuesday, and we will see you next